What's up, guys? We are back out in the field because the replacement is here. I finally have a new Sultan. This is in the Swirly S-Blend to see if my original glow metal flake Sultan was fraudulent. I think it was. If you watch the video, we kind of came to the conclusion that this was a broken Sultan. I have a couple Pharaohs. I have a couple Emperors to compare it to. We're going to throw some discs. We're going to test them out. Stick around. It'll be a lot of fun. We're gonna sweat a lot too. That's what's gonna happen. Okay, so if you did not watch the first video, the Sultan is a new beaded distance driver from Infinite Discs with the numbers of, they're on the screen because I have no idea, I'm not a big numbers guy. But this one that I first got, the Metal Flake Glow, has a very interesting kind of puddle topped profile that it got. It flies much more overstable than I think it should. And it seems the consensus we came to in the comments, as well as talking some other Team Infinite members, huge shout out to Blitz as well. We talked about the Sultan for a long time. Huge shout out to him, go sub to him if you haven't, that this is much more understable than it should be. Just as a quick reminder of what this one flies like, we've even got some headwind here, so this thing may not stand any chance. Just gonna throw this hard on a hyzer, and there she goes. Which really, I mean, that flight was kind of sick. Kind of a bomb into a headwind, but much more understable than the initial kind of flight numbers suggest that it should be, especially with that bead kind of allowing it to be a little bit more stable. So without further ado, we're just going to throw the new one. This came out with a normal profile. We're going to see how different it is. Going to throw it less hyzer than that one because I think this might be a tank, but there still is a bit of headwind coming. Wow, yeah, nice fight back out of that one. I hope the headwind dies down for our testing because that was not the best A/B test, but that did fly very nice. And then just for comparison, I also have some Emperors and Pharaohs to throw. We'll start out with the Pharaoh. That's been in my bag for like 3 or 4 years now. This is pretty beat up. Probably flies a little too similar to the Sultan than it really should by the numbers, but just for fun, we'll throw this guy. This is my main distance driver right now. This thing goes super far for a little boy like me. You can see nice flip up, little bit of drift, pushing fade. Really, really nice flyer. Then waiting in the wings for that guy, I do have an X out Halo Pharaoh. This is just the backup. This one's gonna be a little bit more stable. Throw this on a little less hyzer. Nice and nose up. But you can see super, super similar flight out of that guy. Kind of a bomb as well, big today. Then I have some Emperors. These are obviously going to be more overstable, but just for something to compare it to, the Splatter Star run is very good. Got this out of the used bin at my local shop. Shout out to Chalker House. And then this X out Halo. These are nice, glidey, overstable guys. Gonna really try to hit this flat. See, no turn out of that guy. Just a nice pushing hyzer. Nice skip. If I had to guess, these are all going a little over 400 into this headwind. Then the Halo, I can't really remember how these fly, but I'm gonna throw it and we'll remember it together. Why does there have to be a headwind as soon as I want to test distance drive? Little flip into that headwind. Again, nice and nose up. Got some work on the tech disc to do. So yeah, super similar. All right, I'm gonna go grab those Sultans, throw them again, and hopefully not into a headwind. We can see a good comparison of the two. All right, so with the exception of the Splatter Emperor, the only one that really didn't get some turn, which went around like 380, 390, those were all around 405, 410, just to give you an idea of how far these are going into that headwind. Headwind has died down now, so I'm gonna try to throw these two real quick, and again, kind of more directly compare these. The wing shape came out very similar. It's literally just the middle of the profile where I think something cooled kind of incorrectly on this Sultan where it's a little puddle topped. This one, nice and normal dome on it. So I'm gonna try to just get a better feel for these two, throw them and get on some hyzer real quick. Then maybe the Pharaohs again, we'll see. This will predicate what we do next, how much this flips compared to the Splatter S-Blend. So I'm just gonna hit this again. Slide hyzer, nice and hard. Yeah, that's the Sultan I remember. I think I put it on too much hyzer the first time, but that is kind of down into a cut roller. Does not stand up to power super well. Let's try this guy. Wait for this wind for 1 second. I want a fair comparison here. Go ahead and throw it. Nice and hard, a little bit of hyzer. Oh, it's so much hyzer. Definitely didn't turn over though. You saw it rip up a little bit, but it had the integrity to come back and even kind of flare skip. So that one definitely is more stable. I want to throw it not into a headwind on a better throw. And just for fun, let's throw this Halo Emperor again. I haven't thrown these a ton. I'm curious to see if that wasn't some fraudulent flip the first time into some headwind. which is still here, annoyingly. That's just like, I can see the stamp of the disc in the air nose up. That's so depressing. Slight small change of plans here. We are going to hit these guys with the absolute ultimate test of torque resistance, my shitty forehand into a headwind. I did this in the last video with this Sultan. It kind of turned and rolled immediately. I have a feeling that's what we're going to see today, and then say a prayer for the Swirly S-Blend. We'll see what happens. Probably very OD wobbly forehand for me. Oh, wait. That was kind of a clean hyzer forehand from your boy. That was beautiful. And the headwind died down. So I'm a liar. We'll see what this guy has. Oh, even more hyzer. Look at that thing be stable. Okay. So what we did see is that was more stable for sure, but also my forehand's kind of clean. All right, I've got one more test I want to do with the Swirly S-Blend Sultan before we wrap this up, and that is the question of, should I bag this over the tried and true Halo Pharaoh? Real quick, if you didn't catch the first video, the Sultan as a mold I really do like. It has that kind of dual flight quality where it's understable, it wants to get up off a hyzer and turn, but it also wants to work back at the end. It's kind of got that S-curve type flight pattern to it. You really don't notice the bead on the nose at all in a normal grip. The only way I've really noticed it is in a forehand grip, if my ring finger kind of touches it right there, which I don't really mind. It gives me kind of some extra stability on the forehand. So feel wise, I really do like the mold. I've just, I've been a big fan of the Halo Pharaoh for a long time, so let's see if it can outdrive it here. One last chance for a max distance kind of shot and see what we get, and I'll throw this one just for fun. I have a feeling it's going to be flippy, but maybe my life's a lie and it's not anymore. We'll see what happens. Start out with the current incumbent Halo Pharaoh. Headwind has died down now. That almost slipped out of my hand before I threw it. That was very interesting, but what a flight. It's gonna hit the pole. Hit the pole on the fly. The pole is like 365 away, so, that was still pushing. Forward skip, that probably goes decently far, but we'll see. Can the Sultan outdrive it? Kind of a weak showing from the Pharaoh there. Mainly 100% because of me. Definitely held on to that one, but wow, look at it hold up to that. Held hyzer, didn't turn at all. Big, just kind of spike hyzer. We may have to throw those again. I'm not going to lie. My body heat and sweat level be damned. We may have to throw that again. Let's throw this for fun. We probably won't throw this again, but just to see what happens. Yeah, it's flippy. Nice, like, flip up to pan driver, but the original, my broken one, it's broke. Well, we hit the classic early release into grip lock combo, and the Sultan was only like 10 feet past the Pharaoh. That did hit a pole mid-flight, so I think the dub has to go to the Pharaoh for me. I think the biggest takeaway for me on the Sultan is I thought it would feel weird. It doesn't feel that weird, but especially compared to things like the Emperor and the Pharaoh, this is much more angle sensitive, and its movements are much more drastic in the flight. So even throughout this video, you probably saw throwing the Emperor, throwing the Pharaoh, it had much more gradual changes to its flight where it wanted to get up, turn slowly, then come back. The Sultan really wants to rip up and then get over and then fight back really quickly. It's got very drastic movements, and I think that's just because it's a bit more angle sensitive. It reminds me of discs like the Ballista Pro I threw for a long time was very angle sensitive, and when you get it on that perfect angle, hit it perfect, it's going to have more distance potential than really any other disc you could bag. The problem is I'm not good, and I don't hit it perfect every time, or even like 10% of the time. So something that moves a little less drastically, has a little bit slower flip up, slower turn, slower comeback to it, like my Halo Pharaoh, is much more forgiving when I do kind of miss-hit the angle on release, and it gets me in less trouble than this potentially could. So this could go farther. It also, most likely for me, would go farther the wrong way. I think this would be really deadly in somebody's hands that has really good nose control, really good angle control, a very consistent disc golfer. That's just not who I am. So we're going to be sticking with the Halo Pharaoh for now. Hope you guys appreciated the video. Hope you watched it, liked it, commented, subscribed to it, just hugged it, whatever you wanted to do. If you're shopping for anything disc golf related, please hit the link in the description below. I should have you covered on, Foundation, Infinite, Atlas, bags, rangefinders, shirts, apparel, everything you want disc golf wise, bags, carts, whatever you want it, they got it somewhere in there. I would very much appreciate it. Maybe even some gaming peripherals if you're into that too. Just help a brother out. Help a brother out. See you next time.